Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? It's good to have you here. I am your teacher for today, Joshua Porter. I'm here in beautiful Spokane, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest, the United States. It's good to have everybody here. You guys had a great chat going before class started today, and I'm glad that you guys are practicing your English with one another. That's important, right? We need to be sure that we're building different groups of practice individuals in our lives that we can work with to help our English grow. If we just come to class and then use English here and stop, and we don't message people outside of class, if we don't practice English with our coworkers or colleagues or friends or family, then we only have English here. And the idea is that you're going to use English everywhere. So, hello to our first timers. Ibra, or is it Ibra or Abria? Abria, it's your second time. And then Roma, it's your first time here. Everybody welcome Roma. Happy to have you. And Sarbajit's way ahead of me doing that. Thank you for helping with the welcoming, Sarbajit. Great guy. French Leo. We do have a placement test. I know that some of you have been navigating Smrt a little bit differently because we got Smrt, I think it's 5.0 now. It's an update. So let's see if we can find that together, and I'll help out with that. So let me sign into my own account here, and then I'll bring it up on the screen behind me so you guys can see it too. So we updated the Smrt English Live page. You might have seen Karim is our new teacher. He is teaching intermediate English. Great dude. We still have Neil and Sean, who are also amazing teachers. So be sure to check out that page. This is what I'm talking about actually. Let me zoom in a little bit here for you. So this is the new layout for Smrt. Here's Sean and his class. He teaches intermediate English. He is the director at the Canadian College of English Language, and or academic director, sorry. And he's taught a variety of classes. He's a very brilliant teacher. He's made a lot of Smrt videos. Karim is our newest Smrt Live teacher. Check him out. He teaches intermediate English also. He is a talented linguist and teacher, so check him out as well. Here is Neil, and he teaches the upper intermediate English, so kind of just before this class. And he has taught since 2011. He's been there with me. He was one of my teachers when I was director at this USA campus. So he's taught every Smrt class there is. Very knowledgeable. And then this dork right here. I teach English for academic purposes. So this is a class for a professional development in English, or for preparing you for university or college or graduate school even. So if you're going to get your master's or your PhD in an English-speaking university, this is a great class for you. If anything more than just, like, if you know the vocabulary and you know a lot of the grammar that we've talked about, or the, we don't talk a lot about grammar, a little bit, but if you know APA perfectly, you can write a paper, it can help you expand your vocabulary. And that's what we're talking about today. So you asked about, yeah, Rosa, I think we should have a class on different kinds of essays. That sounds like a good idea. Will you please send me an email? I requested emails. We had homework last week, which I'll review with you a little bit. We also, I sent out a request to get ideas for classes. And Rosa, I know you're busy, so this isn't to you, but to everybody else, if you have thought of a good idea for a Smrt Live class, send it to me. Email it to me. My email is Joshua, I'll type it in the chat here, but joshua.live@smrtenglish.com. And so send me an email with your ideas. So Rosa, if you'd remember to send me an email, I can make a note of that. If you haven't already, you maybe did. I think that's a great idea though. I like it. We will We will try to find here and see if the level test is in the same spot as last time, because the student was asking. Looks like maybe it's been moved to a different page. Maybe not. Let's see. Free demo. Let me try to find that for you. I'm not sure if the link changed or not. Oh, here's where Smrt is taught, by the way. All these different locations throughout the world. Lots of cool spots. So check out the page, smartenglish.com. smartenglish.com/smrt/live. That's where you can sign up for classes. Just $5 Canadian per month. If you want to be a premium subscriber, get your homework corrected. Speaking of homework correction, hi from Peru. Hello from the United States. Glad to have you here. Looks like TCI's aplicadas. I'm not sure how to pronounce that actually, but go ahead and tell me, how should I pronounce it? Hello, all the way from the USA to Peru. Good to have you here. All right. Yeah, Steve wants to call KIF HP. I think that's cool. I like it. Sarbjeet likes it too. Okay, Allah, hello. Glad to have you here. Okay, so we're gonna go into our lesson. First, I'm gonna review a little bit of the homework that we did last week, and some of our notes. That was this one here, and we'll make a new copy. Here's how to make a copy in Google Docs, by the way. If you're new to Google Docs, you should learn them. It's a great way to expand on your skill sets for business, for example. I know that some of you are taking this class. I think, French Leo, you're a businessman, or you work in an environment where you use English in your in where you want to work, in your job opportunities, in your fields of interest. So you want to learn English for the purposes of expanding your career, getting a great job, expanding your horizons, which is awesome. A sellerman, we'd say salesman, and the terms that have man and woman in them, mostly man, usually like fireman or salesman, we're kind of phasing those out in English, you should know. We're going for more gender neutral terms. So I work in sales is more popular. And salesman also has the meaning in English of like, kind of an annoying type of salesperson, right? Oh, I'm a salesman. We think of people that knock on your door and try to sell you a vacuum cleaner or something like that. So keep in mind as you learn, as you use the language, that you want to sound like a native speaker, right? You want to sound like someone who was born in the United States or Canada and North America, and you've used English your whole life. That's our goal here for you. So, French Leo, I would maybe not use the word salesman, just because it kind of has a negative connotation with your average American or average North American. Use something like, oh, I work in sales, or a salesperson is even a little better. Oh, I'm a salesperson. Or, yeah, I'll try to think of other things that you could say, but that's what I would say. Those spots, Asala, are places where these courses are taught. I sell to big companies, not for people. That's good. That's good. Then you should, say I work in sales. I work in corporate sales, or, there's different kinds of sales. So there's internal or external sales. But yeah, just say, oh, I'm in corporate sales. That would be a better way to describe yourself, Leo, if you want to, have people like you. We just had, oh, okay. Hi from Nepal. Hi, Nepal. How's it going? Good to have you. Hi from America, USA. Okay, so, and Bolivia. Hi. Let's go into the lesson. So here are notes. This is my email address. Here's my Facebook if you want to be friends on Facebook. Here is where you need to go to check out becoming a premium subscriber. I'm putting all these links in the chat. And then if you have problems signing up, contact Zach. Zach is the guy to help you sign up. So we took vocabulary notes last time, which these are our new class notes, so don't worry, these still exist in the old document. This is a new document. We talked about anchor and how we can use the word anchor in a few different ways. Weberton had an awesome example for the word aquatic. Swimming is an aquatic sport. Great adjective there, Weberton. It's awesome. We talked about aquarium. We defined biodiversity, cataloged, cattle. So we're going to do a little bit more of the same today. Oh, and then remember, Super Chat. If you want to contribute a little bit of money to your Smrt Live team to keep it going and make sure that these classes continue to happen. If you love them, you can show us in Super Chat. It's the little $sign at the bottom. I've never got one either, so to this point, it's something new we started doing. So if you want to give me a Super Chat, that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, please do that if you feel like it. Anyway, I'll leave that on the bottom of the notes so you can check it out later if you want. So here, we talked about this vocabulary, and then there was vocabulary homework assignment. We're going to do something similar because a lot of students said it was really helpful to do vocabulary to expand on their vocabulary. And really quick, I'm going to, bring this over here so that, okay. Sorry guys. I'm going to try to find that level test for you. So, while I'm bringing this up. So we're going to keep class notes today. A lot of students said that it was very beneficial to expand their vocabulary a little bit. So this class, English for Academic Purposes, has a lot of vocabulary. I mean a lot. We have 9 units. Each unit has several lessons on reading, listening, writing, and all of those have a lot of vocabulary. So we've done a couple of these before, but there's so many that there's at least one in each unit that we haven't done. So I want to take a little vote right now in the chat, and I want to see if, spelling lesson. Yeah, we'll talk about spelling with vocabulary, Arjun. So don't worry, we'll include that. I want to take a little vote though in the chat. What subject most interests you out of these subjects here? So we have health and medicine, sleep cycles. We did a little bit of a writing assignment on Da Vinci and or listening as well, Da Vinci and sleep cycles. We can talk about cloning and stem cells. I know Leo's a science buff and likes to talk about science, so maybe he likes that. Nerve cells. So we have stem cells and cloning. We have nerve cells. We have health and medicine and obesity. So we could talk about that. Social issues and poverty. Social issues that talk about addiction. So different kinds of addiction, like video game addiction, drug addiction. Homelessness. We talk about homelessness and poverty, income scales. And Ethan wants cloning and stem cells. Environment, we talked about deforestation before, I believe, and then global warming. So which of these issues interests you most? I'm going to leave them up on the screen here, and I want you guys to tell me, and I'll just go through the chat and I'll see what is mentioned most. So mention the one that you think you want to learn vocabulary on the most. Take a couple minutes to do that, or just a minute. I'm going to give you some thinking music here, and I would like you to tell me what you want to learn about most today for vocabulary. Okay, so take some time, do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. Hello. So we had a lot of different people commenting in the chat, and it looks like social issues won out. Poverty seems to be the subject that everybody wants to... thank you, Sala. Poverty seems to be the issue that people want to talk about most, so this is why Smrt Live classes are so awesome, right? You guys decided the lesson today. In the moment, in the class, you decided. So we had students that wanted to learn medical terminology, DNA language, linguistics of DNA research. That's really cool, and I'd love to do that in the future. So please, please, please email me now or after class. Send an email to this, joshua.live@smartenglish.com email address, and I will consider those for future lessons. If I get enough emails about one subject, I'll say, yep, have to do it. That's what the students want, so let's learn about this. When you guys want to learn, I want to teach. So, back to our lesson here. We're going to go over poverty, and HP in there, Harry Potter, just kidding, Hacker's Pride, he wanted to learn about writing. So we can talk a little bit about that because the writing lessons for poverty are word transformation, which is vocabulary based. So I'm going to try to help everybody here and do the best of both worlds and talk about vocabulary. I'm glad you like the music. That's awesome. I do too. It's nice. And thank you for complimenting me on my pronunciation, Steve. I try very hard to pronounce my words correctly and naturally so that you can get a native North American speaker's pronunciation. Okay, so you guys are great. Mr. Tuin, hi, how are you? So we're going to go over writing skills here. And this is a great lesson. This is the perfect lesson for thinking about basic essay skills when it comes to understanding whether or not you're using the correct vocabulary. Step one is learning vocabulary, right? What does this word mean? Step two is sort of practicing using that vocabulary, making sure you're using the word correctly. And I'll admit, I use words incorrectly sometimes, and it can be embarrassing, especially when you work in the field that I work in. When you're a linguist, when you are someone who is supposed to be an expert in communication, when you use a word incorrectly, it's really embarrassing. But it happens. So it's important to recognize it and just try to correct it as quickly as possible. Mistakes happen. Errors happen. You will make mistakes. I will make more mistakes. But I will try to correct them as quickly as possible, and that will help. Let me see here. I want to make sure that that I have. Let's see. The level test question answered by the end of class. I'm trying hard, guys. Okay. We'll see what I can learn if somebody gets back to me. I'm asking the wonderful gurus up in Vancouver today to see if they have an answer for me. I'm also checking the chat to make sure I get to all your questions. Vinci says it's difficult. I've tried to join special programs in the UK, but I was not able to pay with credit card. I live on the other side of the world. I live on the dark side. So Vinci is feeling kind of alone. Let's throw some love out there and be like, hey, Vinci, we're here to help you. Don't worry. It's okay. That's why you have this class. It's fine. You're here. You're learning with us. Let me know how I can help, and we'll get you brushed up on your pronunciation. So Asala says it's naturally going to happen even for native speakers. Yeah, mistakes happen. So let's practice pronunciation together and look at this topic for today. An important writing skill, I'm just going to read the prompt here, sort of the introduction to the lesson. An important writing skill is being able to use vocabulary in a number of ways and in a number of forms, such as verb, noun, adjective, and adverb. You're going to practice taking sentences and rewriting them with new vocabulary, but with the original meaning and intention remaining the same. And I'm going to be honest with you, the hardest part here is keeping the original meaning and the intention. So finding synonyms is easy. You just use a thesaurus. You can just go to, if we go to dictionary.com, which is a dictionary that I usually recommend. I like the layout. I think it works really well. There's thesaurus.com. And thesaurus is a way to find similar words. So let's say we want to find a similar word that we found in these directions. What does the word intention mean? I don't know. So we can go to dictionary.com and look up intention. Okay, so intention means an act or instance of determining mentally upon some action or result. The end or object intended, the purpose. So, intention, what was your hope that would happen? What was your hoped, what outcome did you hope for, would be a way to say it. But I could say, okay, we'll find a synonym. We need a synonym. Let's go to the thesaurus and look at our synonyms. What is your aim? What is your hope? I use the word hope, right? What is your motive, objective, plan, purpose? So these are our goal is another strong synonym. These are the most common synonyms, and I like the layout of this. We can't just replace every word in a sentence, though, and keep the same meaning. So if I were to replace this sentence, if I were to replace you and are and going, all of these, you're going to practice. Students will what's a synonym for practice? Students will utilize, or students will make use of sentences, and I could change word for word, synonym, 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 synonym. But if I just choose synonyms sort of at random, it's going to change the meaning, and it's going to change the intention of the sentence. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we understand how to use the words well to preserve the original meaning and the intention. So this lesson we're going to take notes, and the subject, this is vocabulary. We're going to focus on vocabulary, but we're going to focus on usage of vocabulary. So usage of vocabulary notes. With synonyms, we want to preserve the intention and meaning. Very important in paraphrasing. Cannot spell this morning. Very important in paraphrasing. So when you're paraphrasing an author's work, when we talked about citations, APA format, and how you need to cite work if you reference it, even if you paraphrase. Well, we need to create synonyms, and we need to use our own words when we're paraphrasing, but we want to preserve the intention and the meaning. Otherwise, we're sort of misrepresenting the work that we're paraphrasing. Vinci says it's very important to use the correct synonyms. Yeah. You could find a synonym in your language and look it up in the dictionary. French, though, that's an interesting idea. I haven't studied that strategy. I'm curious to know if that would work well. Sometimes a translation of a word can be very disparate from your intended meaning. It can connote other things. It can, your meaning can go astray very quickly. So my gut is telling me, my instinct is telling me maybe be very careful with that, because translation is flawed usually. Translation is very hard to do accurately. So translating first already gives you one instance of a possibility for discord, like a possibility for error. So that's your first chance of making an error. And then using that as the intended meaning is kind of like adding an extra layer of error. So maybe, I don't want to say yes or no because I've not done the research to give you a knowledgeable answer and say, yeah, that's a good strategy, or no, that's a bad strategy. My gut is telling me you can try it, but it's not a perfect strategy. It's not going to work every time. But who knows? It's very interesting, and now I want to write a research paper on that. This is why I love this class. You guys give so many interesting ideas and fun things to think about. It's really cool. Okay. Did Steve say bye-bye? Are you leaving, Steve? I thought you were hanging out with us today. The meaning can be different. Yes. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Fia? Fia? I'm going to call you Fia for now. Rosa, what do you miss? You miss the bye-byes? You guys are off topic. I need to bring you back on topic. You're welcome, Vicentia. Is that an Italian name, maybe? All right, Fia. Okay, Fia. Good to have you. Oh, Steve pronounces bye-bye so cool. Awesome. All right. Fia means ugly? Oh my gosh. Well, you're not Fia. I'm sorry. Unless you chose that. Did you choose a screen name that means ugly? Hopefully that is not the case. I am positive. That's a great screen name. I am positive I'm late. I'm positive you're late too. Okay. Love the screen name. That's awesome. Okay. You guys are so fun, but you're distracting even me from the lesson. Let's get back to it. So it's really important that the meaning is the same. So be careful with your synonyms. In fact, what I've told my students again and again is the truth is there are no synonyms in the English language. There are no synonyms. My definition of a synonym is there are synonyms, of course. There are no words that have the exact same meaning as other words in English. If you can find one, email it to me, and I will try to find out, maybe you can prove me wrong. Maybe there is a word that has the exact same meaning, but I doubt it. Different words exist because they evolve differently with the language. They evolve for specific purposes. Actually, I can think of a couple words that are very, very similar in confusing ways, like flammable and inflammable. But that deals with the evolution of the words and the usage, and sometimes there's two words that are kind of growing up with the same meaning, and usually one of those words sort of dies out, and the other word will emerge as the popular word for that meaning. And sometimes because of different sociological purposes or other factors, they will sort of co-emerge, and you'll have the result of two sort of words with equal weight that have equal meaning. But generally speaking, there's not a one-for-one. It's not like a synonym means the exact same thing as this word. Aim and goal, yes, they're used interchangeably sometimes, but not always. In different contexts, they have different meanings. And you wouldn't want to use one in every single situation that you would use the other. So please keep that in mind. I think it's an important concept to know and to think about as you are learning and growing in your English vocabulary and ability. Okay, so we have, it's a Korean name. Fia is just for fun. Okay, North Korea or South Korea? South Korea, probably. I don't think they have the internet in North Korea, let alone YouTube. Very much guessing that you do not have YouTube in North Korea. But hello to South Korea. Are you there now? Are you, Fia, are you working or studying in another country, or are you living in South Korea? Awesome country, by the way. Love it. Okay, so let's look at this sentence. You're presented with this original sentence. You must do, zoom in again. You must do exactly what the manager tells you. It sounds like very demanding boss, right? You must do exactly what the manager tells you. It's pretty extreme language, right? Must is a very strong modal verb, and exactly is a very specific adverb, what the manager tells you. So let's look at that sentence. You must do. So that's modal of obligation, right? You must, you have to, no choice. You must do, very common action verb, the most common action verb, right? Exactly. There's lots of synonyms that have similar meaning to the word exactly that we can use, similar adverbs. What the manager tells you. Manager is also a word that has like 10 other words that have similar meaning, and then tells you. So we're given key vocabulary word in a sentence and then a blank. So we want to write within 2 to 5 words. 2 to 5 words. So you can expand it a little bit. If we're using the word carry, and this is where you sort of have to know the English language a little bit. You have to have some knowledge of the English language, because there's a phrasal verb using the word carry. So if you are, oh, thank you. I'm very clever and smart. Thank you. Disney films in vocals. Oh, that's very kind of you. Asala thinks I should work in Disney films as vocals, like Lion King 5. You hear that, Disney? I'm available. I'd be happy to work for a Disney film. I should do Liam Neeson. Oh yeah, Nora, okay. You must. I can't do Liam Neeson. He's got that like gravelly voice, right? You must do exactly what the manager tells you. I don't know. I'll work on some accents for next class. Execute. Okay, so Allah's already giving us some synonyms. You must execute instructions exactly. I like that. Execute is a synonym here for the verb do. You must do exactly. You must execute instructions exactly. That's good. That works. And I love it. You're on the right track. You must follow the instructions exactly. Fia, yes, you got it. I will tell you what I meant later. Okay. That's not to do with the class. Execute works. Fia's sentence is perfect as well. You must follow the instructions exactly. But we want to use the word carry. You see the word carry here. There's a phrasal verb that uses, remember, phrasal verbs use a verb and then a particle, usually a preposition, that holds a different meaning than other verbs or the original verb. So, does anybody know? Carry out. Steve, awesome, thank you. Carry out. You must carry out instructions exactly, and that is the correct answer here. And you could add other words. We had the manager above. You must carry out the manager's instructions exactly. You must carry out the boss's instructions exactly. Boss is a more casual term for manager. Leader, director, executive. There's lots of words that have a similar meaning to manager. Carry out. Can't really use hold, Vinci. It doesn't quite work the same. But yeah, you're in the right arena. You're thinking of phrasal verbs. Let's look at another one in our exercise. We're going to open up the exercise here. If you guys are premium subscribers, you have access to this, so you can kind of follow along. Oops. Okay. I'm zoomed in so much it looked strange. So that's the first example there. You must carry out exactly. So I'm going to make a copy here. Actually, you know what would be easier? I'm just going to copy all of this and I'm going to put it in our class notes for the day. That way you guys have a fresh copy you can use. And it's included with our notes here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to call this practice. Okay, so that was the first example. You must do exactly, you must carry out. So carry out is really, this one here is really the word we've replaced do with. How about this one here? Let's take a look. I'm going to make this full screen. We had to finish all the work before we could leave. Now we want to use the word until. Remember, you can use 2 to 5 words. You can change the sentence a little bit, but we want to preserve, we want to keep the meaning and intention. That's the goal. Keep the meaning, keep the intention. Don't change it. What can we say? HP, no, this is not homework. This is practice in class. We have similar homework, but we're not even there yet. We're going to do this part together. It's kind of a flipped classroom model where we talk about how to do the homework, and you studied a little bit how to do this homework last week, and now we're going to do it together in class. So classwork. Until we complete all the work. So Sarbajit says we had to finish all the work before we could leave is the same as we had to stay until we completed all the work. ED. Had to is past tense, so you just need to make sure that we keep past tense through the sentence. But yeah, if we're going to use until, we can say we had to stay until we completed. Awesome, Sarbajit. Good answer. Until we completed all the work. But that's not the only way we could do it. Does anybody have any other sentences? Someone says until we finished. Nora, good job. Of course, Nora, you have a great answer always. What else could we say? What's another way we could say it? We need to use until, right? We had to stay until. Anything else? I'm positive. Do I have a Mac or Windows? I'm on Windows right now. I prefer Mac, actually, but this is a Windows PC. Good question. Any questions about the lesson, though? Until finished. Yep, so we used that. A few students had that, until we finished all the work. Can you think of another synonym? Until we completed, until we finished, until we... Maybe depending on the work, you could say finalized. Till we finalized all the work. That'd be like paperwork or something else. If you're working on an essay. Tele, you are late, but I'm happy to have you in class. So hi, how are you? Until completing all the work. We had to stay until completing all the work. We can say that perhaps under the right circumstances. It sounds a little strange though. So until we completed, using that past tense, ed, past participle there, is a little smoother. It sounds more natural. Until we done all the work. Not quite correct grammar. If we wanted to do that, we could rearrange the sentence. We just need to move work over. We are using passive grammar there. We had to stay until all the work was done. And then you can use this sentence, and you can use the past participle, completed, finished. It's the same meaning. So we learned in paraphrasing, sometimes you can move clauses around to affect that. But basically, all of these sentences have very, very, very similar intention and meaning. You can say pretty much any of these sentences and it has the same meaning. We've preserved it, we've kept it. It's important. We want to protect the meaning and intention when we paraphrase or when we use synonyms. So let's look at another one. Tim had not expected the concert to be so good. Tim had not expected the concert to be so good. We want to use the word better. What can you think of 2 to 5 words to place in this blank using better? The concert blank had expected. I almost said the answer. It is hard. Yeah, Fia, it's difficult, right? Was better. So that's a good, you're on the right track. Was better. The concert was better, had expected. There's an error in here. Where is the error? So we can say this. This part's good. This part's good. We need something right here. There's something missing. Okay? So what can I put right here in this blank? The concert was better. Ah, there we go. Than Tim had expected. Nora has it. HP has it. We're doing comparative. Yeah, it was better than Tim, capital because it's a name, had expected. And Sarbjeet or somebody said he. Yeah, better than he had expected. So same thing. If we say the concert was better than he had expected. And good job, Sarbjeet, recognizing Tim is a male name in English. Than, good job. And bit rude, good job correcting your then and than. With comparative, we use the word than. This is commonly confused with the word then. We don't want then here. Then is a word we do not want to use. Then is for time. Than is for these comparatives. Okay? Good job. Allah had it. Good job, Allah. Beatrice is thinking. The concert was better than he had expected. Tim is Timothy. Yep, it's a short for Timothy usually. Let's look at this one. Employees are able to borrow a laptop from the office if they forget their own. We want to use the word happen. Employees are able to borrow a laptop if they forget their own. We want to use the word happen. So I'm going to write that word down here so we can see it, and I can zoom in a little bit more. If blank their laptops, they can borrow one from the office. So how can I use the word happen here and keep the same meaning as employees are able to borrow a laptop from the office if they forget their own? Keep that same meaning. What can I say with happen? Super quick. Ethan, good job. Ethan, out of nowhere, comes up with the right answer. If employees happen to forget, if employees happen to forget their laptops, they can borrow one from the office. If they happen to borrow via, close. We forget. Borrow is when you get the thing, whatever it is. Borrow your phone. Can I borrow your phone? That's when I get it. But I'm borrowing it because I forgot my phone. So that's the reason why. I forgot my phone. I forgot mine. So I'm going to borrow yours. Can I please borrow your phone? Yeah. Okay. If employees happen to forget their laptops, they can borrow one from the office. HP, look at the verb forget in your sentence. What's wrong with that there? See if you can correct that. Weberton, if employees forget their laptops, they can. Good job. Yeah, Weberton's got it. If it happens that employees forgot. Ooh, Rosa's throwing out a little change in the grammar there. If she says employees, what did you say? Oh, if it happens that employees forgot their laptops, they can borrow one from the office. So forgot, you chose the past tense. It's okay, but you would want to change the latter part of the sentence as well. If it happens that employees forgot their laptops, they could borrow one from the office. You would keep the grammar the same. You can also say, if it happens that employees forget their laptops, they can borrow one from the office. So the verbs can and forget must match in this, in each of the clauses. Rose is choosing to use a noun phrase. If it happens that, anything that comes after the word that is going to be a noun phrase. Employees forget their laptops. Joshua likes pizza. If it happens that Joshua likes pizza, he may order pizza. Those are noun phrases, and you used a perfect introduction to a noun phrase, so good job using that relative pronoun that. Good grammar, Rosa. It should be forget, not forgot. I'm messing up my own participles here. Yes, good job, HP. You got it, nailed it. Good catch. It's important to look at our own writing and be able to find those. So good job. Proud of you. I am here. Yes, Ilhan. Hi. Yes, this is a live class. So if you're here, I am seeing your chats, and you guys are doing great. Let's look into the next one. And I'm not sure we're going to have time to do all these. Maybe if we go quickly. Someone broke into their apartment while they were away on holiday. We want to use had. So similar grammar that we're using in the last one. They blank into while they were away on holiday. They blank into while they were away on holiday. Holiday is a very British English term, maybe Canadian English. In America, we'd say vacation. While they were away on vacation, just so you can see the differences there. In the USA, we say vacation, but we mean holiday. All right. They had their apartment broken into. Nice. They had their apartment broken into. Yes, broken into. Broken into, break in. This is the past participle, broken into. Break, broke, broken. So it's that third form that you may learn of the verb. Break, broke, broken. Did John prioritize the list? We want to use who. So Rosa, I think you can get this one. This is going to be using a different kind of clause. We're going to use an adjective clause here. So John is our person in question here, and we want to use the word who to define John. So was, what do we want to say here? It John who prioritized. Oh, Saya, so close. You're so close. Was it John who prioritize? Is that what I want to do? Look at the grammar. Did. So what tense are we in? We're in past tense, right? I am positive is so close. Allah is so close. You guys are so close. Deary is the only one who added a little different, but not quite. Was it John who prioritizes? Deary retracted it. Prioritize. Asala, you're so close. Allah, you said it. Past, yes. Saya got it. Prioritize, Sarbajit wants to know what prioritize means. It is to create a hierarchy of needs. So what is most important? If we prioritize the three things that are required for biological life, oxygen, water, and food, I would say are the most important things. If we prioritize those, what is most important? Oxygen. Oxygen is most important of those three. What is secondly important in there? Water, and then food. That is the hierarchy of need for those three things for biological life. So I prioritize those needs. It's to create a hierarchy of need. So what is most important is another way to say prioritize. Prefer. Deary's got it. Prioritized. We need the past participle there. We need past tense because of did. Was it John who prioritized the list? Was it John who prioritized the list? Good job. Next one. Did he go to the demonstration last weekend? Demonstration, I'll just tell you right now because some of you may not know, is a synonym for rally or protest. Rally or protest. It's where a bunch of people get together. Demonstration. Let's just look at Google Image and see if we can see. Here's a demonstration. Here is a rally. Dumbledore wouldn't let this happen. That's funny. It is a bunch of people getting together to show their support or their dislike for a cause. So people show up to say, yes, we love this, or no, we don't love this, and here's why. Usually the latter. But this is a demonstration. So synonyms for demonstration: rally, protest. This is display or proof. These are different kinds of demonstration than what I'm talking about. I guess it would be kind of in display somewhere probably. A presentation is a form of demonstration too. Science class has a lot of demonstrations, a little bit different meaning, but they'd show you how something works. So what can we say though for here? Did he go to the demonstration last weekend? We want to use the word whether. I don't know whether he went to the demonstration or not. Yeah, Lee has it. Lee Michelle. Nora has it. Vency has it. Good job. Ethan has it. I think Ethan was the first. No, strike. Leo has another good synonym, strike. But strike is for employment. It's a job thing only. Whether he went. I am positive has it too. I don't know. He went. And to the demonstration last weekend. I don't know whether he went. And with whether, we can change it too. We could say something like whether or not he went. I don't know whether or not he went. We say whether or whether or not interchangeably in this context, in this positioning, in the syntax of the sentence. So you could say either here and be correct. I don't know whether he went to the demonstration last weekend. I don't know whether or not he went to the demonstration last weekend. I think we could also say I don't know whether he went to the demonstration or not last weekend. These two I like better. It's just cleaner, more concise, but it's a matter of style. It has been reported that scientists are about to have a major breakthrough. We're going to use the word verge. Verge. So we have a phrase. I don't want to say it because it's the answer to this. I want to see if anybody knows. What can I do with the word verge? So it also is dealing with a phrasal verb. Or it's a phrase that we use. Yes, Saya. Is it Saya or Sia? Saya 81. On the verge of. It has been reported that scientists are on the verge of. We say on the verge of to mean very close to. And we collocate it with breakthrough a lot. On the verge of a major breakthrough. This phrase here is common in English. I would argue that the whole phrase is a collocation. On the verge of a major breakthrough. We are on the verge of a major breakthrough. You hear this again and again and again from people like executives at Apple, Intel, within the scientific communities. It's a common thing. On the edge, yeah, close to a big change. Yeah, you can say that. Great chat today. You guys are doing awesome. Despite his efforts, he wasn't able to pass the course. We want to use the word incapable. Hopefully, if you've never seen the word incapable, but you've seen capable to describe ability, and you know that the prefix in usually means inability, opposite of able to. So incapable means cannot do something. Incapable of passing the course, yeah. He was incapable of passing the course despite his efforts. You guys are very quick today. Not able to. French Leo's got the definition, yes. Next one, moving quickly. In many countries around the world, people are judgmental of others with visible tattoos. We want to use the word looked. And this is true. People are judgmental. I, however, have tattoos. I have the whole world tattooed on my arm. Kind of neat, huh? Woo. Hopefully none of you are going to judge me. In many countries around the world, people are judgmental of others with visible tattoos. Looked. So what can we say here? Visible tattoos, blank, by people in many countries around the world. So by people. By plus subject usually is an indicator that we're using passive grammar. So thanks, Bitrude. I appreciate it. Were looked down on. Good. Good. In many countries, visible tattoos. Well, what? I don't want to say were, because what tense are we in? Is this past tense or is this present tense? Are looked down on. Good. I did cry when I got my tattoos. No, I didn't cry, but it was close. It was very painful. I honestly don't recommend getting them. They hurt a lot and they're forever. So I like mine, but I do not recommend anyone else, necessarily do it. Visible tattoos are looked down on by people in many countries around the world. Yes, good. Okay, last one for today. Simon's parents always forbid him from taking part in the festivities. We want to use the word permitted. Permitted. Fia, visible tattoos are looked down on. Yep, you are right. Are looked down on. Also, Kritaya has it as well. Kritaya? Am I saying that correctly? You guys are fast. I am positive says you guys are fast. You are fast today. This is a very fast class. Sala, they have no right to judge a person with a tattoo. That's true. It's kind of you to think that way. Ethan says are not permitted to take part in the festivities. Ethan, look at your typing of part in. What's wrong there? Great, you have the right answer though. I'm being nitpicky. I'm being very critical of your sentence because it's so good. I want you to improve where you can, but you're right. Yeah. So Simon is not permitted to take. Oh, we have that part. To take part in the festivities because of his parents. Simon is not permitted, is not allowed, does not have permission. So his parents always forbid him. So Simon is not permitted. Since we have always forbid, what else could we say here? We could also say something similar, but use a little bit stronger than is not. The word not is what I want to switch here. Wasn't permitted to, yep. Is not, was not. Forbid is present tense, so we can say I forbid. I think past is forbade. That one always confuses me a little bit because it's not super common. Forbid, forbade, forbidden, I think, is the order of the different verb forms that you can use. Is never permitted to. Yes! Awesome! Steve says never. Florencia says never. Asala says his or whatever. Not sure what you mean exactly. If it's a question, I'll explain a little bit more. Is never permitted to. HP has it. Rosa says allowed. Permitted means allowed, yeah. So we would say not allowed or not permitted. But never is the word I was looking for. Simon is never permitted to take part in. And I would argue that this is closer in meaning to this. Because always forbid, always is a stronger word when combined with forbid that means never allowed, is never permitted to take part, is never allowed to take part in the festivities. So good job. Is never ever permitted. French Leo found a way to make it even stronger. Is never ever, never ever. Good job. And Deary says the same. Okay, you guys did wonderfully today. Extremely well. We had a good vocabulary lesson in the context of writing and paraphrasing. So if you're just tuning in for some reason, if you're just joining the chats, I'm sorry. Class is finished for today. We do have this second set of skills that we didn't even get to, which is 5-2B, word transformation. So this one I would like you guys to do for homework. So premium subscribers, your homework today is 5-2B, writing skills 9, word transformation. I'm going to put that at the end of our lesson here. Homework, and I will link that for you. So make sure that you do this and share the homework with me before what am I trying to do? Oh, I'm trying to add a link. My controls are all shrunk down. So I want to add that link there for you. This is the homework. Make sure you share that with me before next week. I will get the other homework corrected today or tomorrow. Soon, though. Thank you guys for being here. Please email me once again ideas for your lesson. Rosa, I love your idea. It's wonderful. Different essay types. We can try to do that. Asala, how you do the homework is you log in with your Smrt account, and then you simply go to the link that I shared here with you and click on it and do it. I will also send you, this is the exercise. So here's a link to the lesson. So we have the lesson and we have the exercise. The lesson is right here. It's the 5-2B writing skills word transformation, and then you go into the exercise here. So you click on that link. So that is the homework for today. complete the exercise. So this is the lesson. You'll go to that and then complete the exercise in the corner. If you have trouble though, send me an email. I'll walk you through it. Thank you guys so much. Once again, you're amazing students. Happy to be your Smrt Live teacher for today and next week and the one after and on and on and on. Hopefully you're here every week. Many of you are. Nora, Rosa, French Leo, Sarbajit, Steve. I never want to leave anybody out. Deary, I'm positive. Ethan, Sala, Weberton should be in here somewhere. Florencia. There's so many great students here in this class. If I haven't said your name, I'm sorry. It's just because we're out of time. I have to go. But thank you to you individually watching this right now. Thank you. You guys are great. I'm so happy to be your teacher, and I'll see you next week. If you have questions, send me an email. The email in that homework that I shared or showed you just earlier, joshua.live@smartenglish.com. Gotta go. You guys are wonderful. I'll see you next week, okay? Same time, same place. Here's a message from
Hi
Sean.
everyone. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want the full experience of being a student in a Smrt Live class with things like homework and teacher feedback, follow the link and become a premium subscriber. Also, if you want to see more videos from this class, check out our playlist.